Hi friends, today we are going to see the concept about Python basics. Okay, I hope all you people have installed the Python software perfectly in your system. It's already we gave instruction how to install and we uploaded the basic, supporting materials and all to install about Python. Fine. See, you have to install the Python software compulsory because Python is a language that any type of language, even when you start out typing and verifying it on the screen, only you will understand better about the language. Okay, so compulsory you people first install your Python software. If you have any doubt, we computer science department people are there. You can approach us anytime. Okay, after installation, we'll see what are the basic things first we are going to see. Okay, first how to open the software. See, when you need to open a software, after installation, basically first you select start button. First you have to press start button, then all programs. Okay, then Python this version 3+, that can be anything. Okay, so you are selecting, you are clicking start button, all programs, then Python 3+ or something will be there based on the version you get started. Okay, when you open this folder tab, what will happen? There you have to select IDLE along with the version will come. Okay, this you have to select. When you are selecting, immediately you can see a window like this. Okay, one text box like one window will come. In the first line, that about Python released this year, that year, like that, that version, about all those details will come. Then one or two line. Apart from that, you can see this 3 greater than symbol. Okay, this is called script interactive mode. This is called interactive mode. See, as soon as you selected using this way, when you click that IDLE 3 point something version, immediately you can see a text box like this. In that you could see this 3 greater than symbol. That's what the prompt. This window is, through this window if you access, that is called interactive mode. We have 2 types of modes. Okay, the first one is interactive mode, the another one is script mode. Okay, even this interactive mode you can type and verify the programs, but we have small demerits and all. For example, the program when you are working, temporarily when you need to work, for example, addition of 2 numbers you are finding. Okay, then multiplication of 2 numbers, or some design you need to print using 1 or 2 lines. Yeah, you can go with this interactive mode. Fine. So whenever you are processing with small coding, 1 or 2 lines, you can go with interactive mode, which is very easy, and as soon as you open, you can go with this interactive mode. But the demerit of this interactive mode is you cannot save and keep your program. When you started typing, for example, 10 lines of program you are typing, in order to find some Fibonacci series or some aim you are going to find, in that case you cannot store and keep the content which you type, the coding which you type. So, okay, that is the demerit of this interactive mode window. Okay, so we have an alternate method that is called script window. Okay, how to open the script window? See, even you can see above the text box, the title bar will be there. In that menu, as usual, like other window, file, edit, like all other menus will be there. Okay, you go select this file menu, followed by you give new. See, file, click new. Immediately you can see another window, like same thing like this. You can see another window. Okay, and here also the tabs and file, edit, everything will come. Okay, like this one more text box you can see. This is called script mode. Okay, we have two methods of programming execution. We have two methods and two modes we have to execute our program. The first one is interactive mode. This mode even you can type and run the program. Only the negative is what? You cannot store any program permanently. But in the script mode, you type the content whatever you need. Any number of lines you can type and you can store and keep permanently. For example, today you are typing 50 lines of coding. Today you will type, compile, run and verify. And tomorrow if you want the same content, once again you open, run and verify. And if you want further, if you want to add one more 50 lines, it is possible in script mode. Okay, so based on your aim, what is your requirement, based on that you can use any one of these two modes. Okay, fine. Okay, basic content mean if you want to print, okay, print open bracket, for example, okay, here print, okay, hello, something like that. Okay, I am typing like this one 5 lines of code. Okay, that I have to see the output, right? In that case, first you have to save. In order to save, you have go to file, click save. Okay, go to file, click save and give file name called 1.py. You see, 1.py. Py means extension, that is Python. Okay, instead of 1 you can give anything. Fine. See, after typing your program coding, before checking the error, that is for debugging, in order to see the output, you have to save the content. How? By selecting this file and then save. The small box will come. You have to give the file name. There you type your Python file name 1, 2 or whatever. Suppose you are doing calculator programming, you can type calculator.py. Py is an extension. You see this? I hope you people are clear. Okay? And after this, you saved your content. Now you can run the screen. In order to run the screen, you have a shortcut key called F5. F5 for running. If you want to run this file, run in the sense for to see the output. In that case, it will do compilation work, mean interpreter work, mean it is checking the error. After that, it will show the result also. For that, in order to do that, you can go with F5. Are you clear? Interactive window, you are not storing anything. Script mode, you can store the content which you want. After typing, save your file. Otherwise, here shortcut key is there, Control S. Yeah, you can give Control plus S. That is also there. Even when you are opening from here, new, when you are opening from here, what? Control N. That is basic command. From even Microsoft Word, that you people are aware. So that there also even same control is control N and common. Okay, fine. Okay, but this is two modes. Now we'll see programming wise, we can go with two different areas. In program wise, we'll go with small basic samples and types and all. So in order to do that, we need to see what is data, I mean how to handle data. We'll see how to handle data. That is what? Data handling. Data handling mean what are all the types of data available and how we are going to do. Mean the process we are going to do now. Suppose addition of two number is a data. If you are going to print a name is a data. Okay, about that only we are going to see. Okay, basic types are, see, we have numbers, commonly numbers, under that something is there, that we will see. Numbers, then string, then boolean, then list, then dictionary, then tuple, then set. So when you are viewing about data, mean only these are the types of data are available. Okay, numbers, string, boolean, list, dictionary, tuple and set. Okay, only these are the types are available. Fine. See, under the numbers we have three categories. Okay, one by one we will list out from the beginning. Under the numbers, you see, you have integer, you have decimal point value, that is float, and complex. Okay, numbers in the sense we have three different types of numbers. The first one is integer, second one float, third one is complex. These three types coming under numbers. Integer in the sense 100 is an integer. Even minus 100, yeah, integer. A number, it can be of positive or negative numbers, but whole numbers. Okay, fine. Same way, float mean real numbers. Real number in the sense what? Even decimal places will come. For example, 10.5 is a sample. Same way, minus 10.5 is a possible. Okay. See, float mean with the decimal place only we are calling it as a float. Okay. What is complex number? Complex number in the sense, if suppose, see, 5i plus 6j, or you can tell 5 plus 6j. Okay, here you see this 5 is a real part and the 6 is an imaginary part. Combination of this real and imaginary part together only called complex number. Okay, these two combination together only called complex number. See, for example, if you want to convert from one type to another, for example, you are entering, see, some x is equal to 100, I am giving. When you are entering 100, it is a number only, it is an integer only. But still you see, if you are using this double code, by default it will become a string. Okay. Now we are seeing about integer. So we need to convert this string into integer. Yeah, we have an option y which is equal to int of x. Now this is the procedure to convert this string into integer. Then that value, integer value will go and store inside y. When you are printing this y, you are printing a purely integer value. You see this x is getting string. That string you are converting, mean data type you are converting into string to integer. This is the syntax of converting from one data type to another data type. That value stored inside y, that you are printing. Okay, same way, using the same method you can print, you can convert, even if you are want to convert from any other data type into float. Yeah, you can. Instead of int, you have to write float here. That is only the difference. Even from some other number, if you want to convert it into complex, yeah, you can go here, write here as complex, so that that value will get converted into complex number. Are you clear? Fine. So this is all about numbers. Okay, we have seen about numbers. Now we'll see about string. So what is the meaning of string? String in the sense is just a name. A name is called a string. See, for example, Gokulan. Gokulan is a name. Okay. Now you see this Gokulan, as soon as you see, if you enter as surrounded with double quote or a single quote, both are okay, acceptable only in this format. So whenever you are writing any data in any content which is surrounded with a single quote or double quote is called string. Okay, and the specification of string is, if you want to process or access with the string is, you have to convert this into a small location. Automatically there you are writing, mean you are specifying. How do you know? This G is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Whenever you are giving a string, automatically these locations will allocated by default by the interpreter. Okay. Now if you want to print this one, you can print like this. If you give print what? For example, you are storing x is equal to Gokulan. Okay, x is equal to Gokulan. Okay, now x is a variable which contains Gokulan. You print directly x. What will happen? Gokulan will get printed on a screen. Straightly Gokulan. This is the output. Gokulan will get printed as such. Okay, fine. See, I need to print only first letter. Yeah, you can print x only which contain the string, So x of 0 if you give, now G alone will get printed on a screen. Okay, from this Gokulan you are accessing only G alone. Okay, next you see print x of 1:3. See, here you are printing, you are accessing range of data, range of value, range of characters. Mean, what is the mean? You see, starting from 1 up to 3, that many characters will get printed on a screen, but this 3 it will not consider. Okay, 1 and 2 only will consider. You see here, this 1 and 2 alone will get printed, these 2. Okay, O and K, these 2 alone will get printed in this case, because 1 and 2 only, 3 mean 3 will not get equal. If you want to print this U also mean, you got to give 1, this colon or is to 4 you have to give. Okay, so here what is the answer? 1 and 2, so O and K is the answer. Fine. So like this many things are there that we will see, because string we have a separate chapter itself for your 11th. Okay, that time we will see in detail. This is basics. Fine. Next we will see something about Boolean. Next in this Boolean type. Boolean mean what? Either true or false. Boolean mean it will give the answer either true or false, only these two. Okay, for example, x is equal to Darshan Java. Why? Because Darshan is interested in Java. Okay, simply I am telling a character. Okay, fine. X, we are storing this data. Okay, now I need to check and print whether this string contains any capital letter or small letter. Okay, here you see only one capital letter is there, that is Okay, fine. So that you see b which is equal to x dot is upper. If you check like this, x dot is upper of means this bracket only I am telling upper, open close bracket. Okay. If you write a function like this, what will happen? This is upper function will return true or false to this b. Based on our data that's in Java, D is capital, so one letter capital is there. So this will return true to this b. When you are printing b, what will happen? True will get printed on a screen. Okay. So here this is the sample for Boolean type. Okay. Are you clear? Yes. Okay. Same way, the basic of a list. List means it's a collection of elements of any data type. Okay, that is called a list. For example, L which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the sample for list. Now here same thing like a string. If you want to access, yeah, you can split and access each and everything. The same way like a string, and this also have that location value 0, 1, 2, 3, like location value is there. If you want separately, you can access and print. So one or two samples we'll see, because about this list also you people have a separate chapter. Okay, now sample only, fine. Because how we are going to handle this data, you know, right? You want to know, right? Okay. See here, L of 1 which is equal to 5. If you give this list of 1 which is equal to 5 mean this value 2 will get overwritten by 5. Okay. You can modify this. This list is a immutable, mean you can do modification. But string, sorry I forgot to tell you about this. String is immutable, mean you cannot do any modification after you got the data. For example, that Google I wrote, right? That Google, if you want to change like this, no, you cannot change. But in list, you can change. This is immutable. Mutable. Mutable means you can do modification. But a string, it is immutable. You cannot do modification. See, here string is immutable. And okay, dictionary immutable, tuple immutable, set immutable. So these are all the things. So almost parts are immutable only. Even numbers immutable. You cannot do modification. But list you can do modification. See, you can do modification like this. When you are printing L, what will happen? Now 1, 5, 3, 4 will get printed on a screen. Okay. So you are modifying, you can modify, that is called mutable. Mutable mean what? You can modify the content. It's like an array. Mean many elements are there together inside. That is called a list. Okay. Same way you see the same content only even for a tuple. So that we will see now. See, tuple T which is equal to open bracket 1, 2, 3, 4. The same thing I am writing. But see the difference here, square bracket, here parenthesis symbol, open close. That is the main difference. And you cannot do modification. For example, T of 1 which is equal to 5, if you give, here it will throw, this one will throw error. Because you cannot modify, you cannot update this tuple. So in tuple, modification or updation is not possible. Okay, fine. So if you want, you can print like we printed from the string, you know, print T of 1 to 4. You can print like this, mean you can access by slicing, you can access. That is possible. So what is the output for this? 1 to 4 mean in this case 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3, 4 will get printed on a screen. Starting from 1 up to 3 only I told. 4 mean it will not consider 3. Okay. So here 1, 2, 3. All these 3 will get printed. Fine. Today up to this will stop. Actually you see, from the list even we have so many functionalities that when we are going the topic separately, we will see in detail. Same way even a tuple we have so many functionalities that we will see even when we are seeing that content separately. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll see again. Thank you. Bye.